We just had one of the craziest days of Fortnite ever, as there were bugs letting banned teams play in the FNCS semifinals, and huge name teams like Mongraal Mr. Savage and King and Phaser clutching up qualification on EU to make grands. And in this video, I'm going to fully recap EU and NA FNCS semifinals day 3, and talk about the queue issue that made lowers get restarted on EU, as well as talk about everyone who qualified on both of those regions to grand finals. So let's get right into the video. Starting it all off, if you did miss the first 2 days of EU FNCS semifinals, the 10 teams who won a game in the first 2 sessions were Sinet and Vaniac, Queasy Thomas HD, Cringe and Noms, Malabuka and Murstache, Vadio and Rezon, Vico and Pink, Vino and Tayson, Perchawa and Vexy, Matthew and Robin, and Giannis and Flixie. Those were the 10 teams that won the reboot round games to qualify to grand finals on EU. Then we had the upper bracket session 3 where it was a top 25 to qualify to grands. And we have some OGs in this that qualified. We've got Noah Rayleigh and Aqua. Aqua hasn't been in the grands in a minute, so it's insane to see Aqua in grands again. And we also have Hin and Vasquez in grands as well. Knowing we're going to have players like Aqua, Hin, Mongraal, Chapix, all of these insanely OG EU players in grands, it kind of gives us a feeling like it's 2021 again on EU. Then the other teams to qualify from this session, we got Pablo Wingo and Bevies, Seti and Cammy, Diox and Cade, G-Ross and Shari, Dandier and Snox, CZB and Nathan, Pixel and Dobwell, Swizzy and Putrig, Wax and Pixie, Lane and Nate, Vocal and Vertexers, Dexy and Eclipse, Sanguild and Marius, Grolls and Clown, Nebs and iDropped, Ping and Mixin, Artskill and Astrals, Lazen and Locks, Kiro and Kidu, Skyboy and Scroll, Andalex and Sato, Slox and Saphir, and Hriss and Skvi. And the finish of the EU upper bracket was actually pretty crazy because Mongraal Mr. Savage came just 1 point off of qualifying to grand finals. So this means they would need to get a top 15 in the lower bracket session 3 or they would not be making grands this season. And going into the lower bracket, after the EU upper bracket wrapped up though, there was an issue with teams who were banned from FNCS being given the wrong token on their account, which instead of allowing them not to play the FNCS lower bracket session 3, they were given the token that actually allows them to play the lower bracket session 3. And these tokens are basically what Epic assigns to players' accounts who qualify to events to give them access to queue into that event. There were 4 teams who did not get into the lower bracket session 3's first game because of this issue, and one of those teams happened to be Mongraal Mr. Savage. So the community was going absolutely crazy because of this. The first game did end up being voided and they restarted the tournament with the correct teams, but to have this issue is so Fortnite-like and hilarious. It wouldn't be a Fortnite tournament without some insane bug like this happening for the first time. Mongraal Mr. Savage did end up getting a crazy win off of this insane Mr. Savage solo clutch.
With your head. Connect to the mountain. Connect to the mountain. Good. 3 builds. Cold placements, Mongraal. Open map. The guy underneath you is healing, sorry.
Top 6.
No.
So many solos.
Guy down left, you've seen him in Storm. On the left. Nice. Grapple up height. Grapple up height. Nice. It's 1v1v1, I think.
1v1.
Let's go! Let's fucking go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! We're the fucking best! We are the fucking best, baby!
After this clutch, they did end up dying early twice, but the win was enough to qualify them to grand finals. And overall, here are the 15 teams from EU who qualified to grands from lower bracket session 3. We've got Misha and Teeny, Robin and Axforce, Sky Dune and Shakos, Belusi and Gabix, Wheat and Shamoki, Darky and Darkies, Phaser and King, Rick Boar and Ark, Mikkel and Chexy, Tijino and Chapix, Loki and Arian, Mongraal Mr. Savage, Prism and Casper, Lunex Simoni, and Pradesh Bafo. This EU Grand Finals is about to be absolutely stacked. We've got all the big names we're used to seeing, and we get to have Mongraal, King, Aqua. Like, there's going to be so many good players, so many OG players in this EU Grand Finals. It's really about to be absolutely insane. The viewership numbers are going to be an all-time high, 100%. If you guys want to give me your early predictions on which one of these 50 teams you see winning EU, let me know down in the comments below, and let's see if you're right after next weekend. But moving on to NA, if you missed the first 2 sessions, just like EU, here are the 10 teams that won a game to qualify to Grands. We've got Muzz and Paper, Skittles and Trashy, Jagveer and School, Cooper and Miro, and Scissor and Chimp. And then we also got in session 2, Bam and Booga and Rapid, Moo and Xpon, Sphinx and Pump, Peterbot and Poyo, and Aviv and Booga. And then just like EU, Session 3 was a top 25 to qualify to Grands. And in first place, we have Ritual and Re, who actually had a 17 elimination win in this lobby. They were literally just keying this lobby like it was a Cash Cup Opens lobby. It was insane to watch. Ritual and Re are easily one of the scariest duos on NA right now, and going into Grands, I give them a really good shot of actually winning Grands. And then all the other teams that qualified, we've got Clicks and Epic Whale, Yamzo and Rise, Possessed and Snacky, Tavern and Edgy, Dukes and Threats, Kwani and Byla, Zukis and Bolts, Baka and Pars, Acorn and Cold, Yumi and Vert, Freeze and Suscript, Agers and Kanata, Piggle and Jiven, yes, the YouTuber, Mason and Impin, Aiden and Hound, Vanillas and Convict, Seek and Dash, Cam and Diminished, Day and Redux, CR and Sovzy, Dolger and Maxo, Noxy and Crisp, Death and Polarized, and Neko and Zavi. And then just like EU, the last session was a top 15 to qual. And fortunately enough for NA, they did not have the queue issue that EU had. So the last 15 teams to qualify to Grands via the lower bracket session 3 were Blake and Macwood, Soneto and Veer, Bryce and Chubbs, G-Money and Diego Plays, Dalty and Skater, Joe and Crackley, Poppy Blast and Zyro, Golden and Ozone, Bacon and TK, Sigma and Vorteca, Asian Jeff and Oliver OG, Ducky and Encrypted, Raze and Higher, Aaron and Chance, and Sinted and Tahi. So overall, here are the 50 teams from NA making Grand Finals this season. Let me know down in the comments, just like EU, who you think is probably going to win based off this without even seeing the drop map. Which one of these 50 teams do you think are the favorites heading into next weekend? And let's see if you get both the EU and the NA predictions right in the comments. And as always, I'm going to be posting an FNCS Grand Finals predictions video sometime this week. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on to not miss my Grand Finals predictions or any other recap just like this one. Also, if you enjoyed this video, it would mean a lot if you did drop a like so it gets pushed out to more people. FNCS semifinals weekend was crazy and filled with some insane moments, bugs, clutches, and more. So overall, a super fun weekend, and I hope you all enjoyed it as well, just like I did. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.